Hi, I'm Stephen Wener, and today I have the pleasure of having a great friend of mine on our show. This is my buddy David Oates, and it's going to be a great segment today because we're going to be dealing with crisis PR, bad stuff, what happens, right? So thank you so much for being on the show,
It's
Dave.
always good to hang out with you, my friend.
Last time was radio, and that was a while
It
ago.
was. You're right. That was almost actually it was over 4 years ago when we did that with a couple of other guys.
We're not dating ourselves or anything.
Not so much, no.
Right? So I want to have a conversation with you about what our audience needs to be aware of when it comes to things going sideways, right? But before we do that, there's always an interesting story. You used to work for one of the biggest employers in the world, the U.S. Navy,
I did.
right? And I'd love for our audience to understand what you were thrown into as someone who was dealing with crisis management, PR, especially in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
This is part of your story.
I'm blessed with having the opportunities. And at some point early in my Navy career, when I started as what they call a surface warfare officer or a ship driver, combat and engineering roles, they give junior officers these part-time or collateral duties. And mine was the public affairs officer. And it was one of those moments you have, and I hope everybody gets this opportunity, whether it's in their mid-20s like me or later on in life, where you sort of have that aha moment. You're like, oh my God, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life.
I found it.
And it encompassed so many different things and facets that I was interested in and I felt I was good at with some refinement. I wound up then getting to the opportunity to request a lateral transfer to a Navy public affairs officer role. Took me 30 times, so perseverance is everything, right? Big, huge packets to DC. Got selected. They put me through a 2-month, essentially PR immersion school, almost like an accelerated master's program, and then back out to the fleet. But to the question is, early on, I think I was a full-time Navy public affairs officer for about 4 months. I'd done a couple of things with the Marine Corps and media relations and exercises at Camp Pendleton. And then out of the blue, I get a call saying, pack your bags, you're going to Haiti for 6 months.
Okay.
And the shock of that and saying goodbye to my wife on short notice was jarring. But once I got into that country, there's 500 service members, we're civil humanitarian operations, and literally the day I landed at Port-au-Prince Airport, there was a rescue mission going on, led by the United States at the request of the Haitian government, because a civilian ferry overturned with 300 souls on board that perished. So I'm literally leaving the airport, going to the military compound, dropping off my sea bag, getting into